subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
We need to talk about the rise in Black American nationalism and the Black American nationalist to white supremacist pipeline. Yes, white supremacist. So firstly, we've seen the Jay Versace tweet that's been resurfacing, and in response, I've seen like quite a few Black Americans make videos about that and say that you can always tell an African apart from an African American. Y'all are not like us, etc., etc. And before I even get too deep into that, I really want to ask you guys, what is the purpose of making that distinction? Why are you guys fighting so hard to make this distinction in 2025? Don't tell me that is reparations, because that's a really stupid answer. And just to speak to that point, Africans are very diverse looking people. Yes, there are people you can look at them and tell they're African, just like you can look at some people and tell, oh, okay, that's a Black American person. But if you go and get Africans who were born and raised in America or who moved to America at a very young age, you probably would not be able to tell. Most of you cannot, because people can't tell with me. It's literally not until you say something or until somebody sees your last name that they're like, oh. And that honestly kind of brings me to my second point of this whole thing of Africans are cosplaying Black Americans. I don't really think you guys understand how silly you sound when you say this at times, but I think it really does speak to sometimes how Black Americans, when it comes to this particular subject, some of y'all can be a little bit narrow-minded in your thinking, because what do you mean we're cosplaying? If you're born and raised in a country, you're gonna have the mannerisms of people in that country. Especially if you're raised in a country like America, where things are typically just straight segregated by race. Like, let's be real. So it's like, you're going to have and adopt the mannerisms of the people, you know, in your community, which for a lot of people who are African but born in America, that's going to be Black American people. Like, hello.
Because the name of the game is to blend in with us and to kind of morph in with us, literally to tether, so that you can blend in without being seen while undermining us right in our faces. See, that's the thing. Like a vampire. You get invited in, and once you're invited in, you can blend in and then undermine from within. This is why, family, have you noticed a lot of these non-FBAs, they get offended when we can see that they're not FBA? Do y'all ever notice that? They get offended. I've seen a couple of videos where they were complaining. Somebody said, I look African. Wait, we're the same. I look just like FBA niggas. No, no, no. Family, some of y'all non-FBAs know that we can tell. In a lot of cases, we can tell. And that's not a bad thing. We're not denigrating you. We can tell. We can tell that you're not us in a lot of cases. Even when you try your best to blend in, there's little things that we can tell. There's little nooks and crannies and nuances that gives it away. It's not a bad thing. We just know. And some of us, we're just tuned in. I can tell immediately. Yeah. Little things we can tell. But why do they get offended though? Because I've seen people literally get offended when we, foundational Black Americans, we say, hey man, what part of Africa are you from? What, nigga? Why are you saying that to me? Because nigga, listening to you talk, you're clearly from Africa, and I can tell you're from Africa. What is this shit? What is this divisive, this xenophobia? No, brother, what the hell? But what the hell are you offended for? Did you thought you blended in with that hairline and that forehead, brother? Did you think I don't see you? Nigga, you got on a three-piece suit and some flip-flops. Nigga, you think we don't see you? Your lady over here got a damn synthetic $5 Sally's Beauty Supply wig. We can't see that? FBA women don't wear that type of shit. I'm not, we're not trying to denigrate you, but damn, just certain things we just know. There's certain little cultural nuances that we know that's not us. Yeah? But a lot of them don't like that. They don't like when we can tell that they are not us. Because, see, that exposes the lie of Pan African sameness. See, a lot of these immigrants, they'll embrace this global blackness when it's convenient, when there's some kind of monetary gain. But in practice, um, they don't want to be associated with their own cultural appearances or traits. When they fled, they wanted to flee from everything. That's why don't let them run that culture game. Don't let them run that culture. There is no culture to be right. There ain't no culture. There is no culture. That's like when Bushmeat got up here. Hey, what's your culture? He didn't know what to say. They run from that and then try to emulate our culture. They come over here and try to cosplay and emulate us. In many cases, and I'm not trying to denigrate everybody. I'm not. We're cool with people, but let's be real. A lot of people come over here and cosplay, try to do what we do, and they have a problem with feeling like an outsider because what happens when we can tell that you're not here or from here, you try hard to blend in and assimilate. You don't want to, be stigmatized or whatever. We say, hey man, where you from? You don't look like you're from here. What? So you feel like you've been marked as visibly different. Now you feel like you've been marked as an outsider. Yeah. Now you feel insecure. It brings out some weird insecurity in these people. They feel like we're putting them in an inferior position. See, a lot of the immigrants, especially the tether class, they come over here with a little arrogant belief that, well, we're the real Africans and the African Americans are beneath us. They're just a degraded version of the real Africans. So when we say, hey man, you ain't from here, are you? You look like you're from Africa somewhere. Then that messes with their ego because it flips the power dynamic. That means we're the ones with the cultural awareness and the discernment. It's not the other way around. We can see that you're not us and from our culture. So psychologically, we have acknowledged our culture by recognizing you ain't a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And that messes with them. And then, truth be told, a lot of them are just ashamed of where they came from. They had to come from poverty, political dysfunction, and being told you look African or you look Caribbean or something, or we can tell you're not from here. That makes them feel like refugees in a certain degree. They're like, oh shit, they see me. They feel like, okay, they're looking at me like I'm a refugee. Oh, Lord, what is it about me? Then they got to go to the mirror and see what happened. Oh, I got to put on a do rag so they won't see my forehead. It triggers some insecurity with them. They really act funny when we recognize that they're not us. I've seen with big Tweety Bird heads. I'm like, we are the same. How are you niggas saying I am different? You really, brother, come on, man. Come on. And it's okay. It is okay. There's differences. It is okay. There are differences. We're not beating up on you. We're not being divisive, but shit. I mean, I know must when I smell it on certain people. That's not, we don't really walk around musty. Not everybody. I ain't saying all of y'all are musty, but damn, there's certain things we just know. Certain things we know. All right. Let me see. Y'all raise your hands because we do have a lot of people in here. Y'all raise your. Let's get Janeel Moses, brother John. Have I talked before, brother? Janeel Moses. That sounds familiar.
Peace, King Flex. What's going on, my brother?
What's up, brother? We've spoken before, right?
Yes, we have, man. I live in Houston, Texas. Remember, we talked a few years ago. I've been rocking with you for a long time, man. UPA member
Oh yeah,
from the Mac Lesson days. I was
you have,
opening up a cigar shop a while ago. We talked on Facebook a while, or Instagram a while ago.
you have the cigar shop, right?
Yes, sir. When you was in Houston, man, you was right across the street from my spot. You never came by to holler at me. I was trying to catch you, but you left. You was at the barbecue spot, at Ray's Barbecue.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, I love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm right across the street from Ray's, but I was calling to tell you something very quickly, man. I need you to do a research. Are you familiar with the resettlement program?
No, no. What is that?
So the resettlement program, if you just Google the resettlement program, basically summarize Africans who've came to the United States from other African countries and how they've gotten stipends and housing
Oh,
and free. I mean, it breaks everything down, man. It's very intriguing. You need to check it out.
okay. I'm gonna look into that. Definitely, definitely. Sir, Miss Inger. All right, Miss Inger, unmute your mic.
How I became a speaker, but I'm not a speaker.
Okay, I can barely hear you. All right.
Yes, I'm good.
So what's on your mind, dear?
I didn't ask to speak. I don't know why it did that. I was
Okay, I'm
actually
gonna
a listener.
here. Thank you. Okay, okay. You having late night problems with your phone? I don't know what that is. Let's get Chase. Chase, what's up, brother?
Hey, brother. Late night cat. What are we talking about?
Just random stuff, man. Anything on your mind? And where you from, by the way, Mr. Chase?
I'm originally from the Midwest, so I've been California, Florida, Arizona. I've been everywhere.
Oh, cool, cool. So what's on your mind, Mr. Chase?
No, actually, I was in spaces that are like solely like focused on this whole Epstein thing. So I just thought I'm curious about you guys' thoughts on that.
All right, but thank you so much, Chase. Okay, Chase is just kind of strolling the Twitter streets, all right, just looking and window shopping. Yeah, I don't know. He's just strolling the streets, walking in the stores. Hey, what's this? What's in here, buddy? Is this a beauty shop? What is it? A soul food restaurant or something? Oh, he's window shopping. Okay, brother. All right, I'll let you do you. All right, let me get some more folks in here. Let's get Just Steve. Let's get Just Steve, the crypto guy. Just Steve in the building. Mr. Just Steve. Oh,
Hello, I don't really have a speech or any lengthy conversation I have. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name's Steve. I live in Australia. My dad was born in Spain, come over here, had me to my mother,
okay.
and that's all.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, brother. This is not a dating site. I don't know if you're trying to get you a boo thing or whatever, but I'm in Australia. My dad had me. I was born in Spain, but I'm here now. I'm 5'11". I'm a Gemini, and I love koala bear meat. I don't know what you want, brother. I don't know what you want, but just kind of describing yourself. This ain't that kind of chat. Okay. You find you a nice Aboriginal man over there in Australia. Find you somebody, throw a boomerang somewhere and find you somebody. Let's get Ja Moo. Ja Moo.
Peace. It's Jando Allah. But I'm in Minnesota, and I was just talking about like you was talking about. They brought all these Somalians here. They got the largest fraud in Minnesota history. They had a thing called Feeding Our Futures. They said they fed over 1 million people. There's only like a little over 4 million people in Minnesota, but it's $250 million, and they networked through their whole Somalia. There's been like a RICO, and there's a lot of Mexicans that came here, and they just found 900 pounds of meth 2 different times in the last month.
Damn.
And they're just, you know what I'm saying? One was in a storage locker, and one they was just in pickup trucks. And they just pulled them over. I guess they was watching them. The ICE is watching them. Another thing, when the Somalians get their food stamps and Section 8, a lot of them have been spending 6 months in Somalia where they're supposed to be war torn and scared, but they keep their benefits and they just stack up. So I'm just like, they get stuff that they sitting in here running for politics and all of that, and they really think that they're us. They be like, brother, I've been here 20 years. I'm Black American.
Oh,
I'm like, man, I can't go to Somalia and be in Somalia 20 years and be Somalian.
yeah.
And then they got different tribes, like 5 different tribes, and there's a Somali war going on. They're killing shooting up at like places that we would, man, they just don't have no respect. They throw trash out everywhere. Like when I'm around, I'm like, man, pick that up. They have no respect for our culture, but they want to be us. And I just wanted to, I'm gonna end my plane. I thank y'all for everything.
There you go, man.
To the family.
Appreciate you, brother. Much respect. Yeah, it's crazy up there. I heard out there in Minnesota right now. Let's get hot seat. Hot seat.
Hi, Tariq. Yes, thank you for having me. I just had a quick question also about that Minnesota thing. That some people are justifying saying, but he was born in America, even though he's Somalian. So I was just wondering, do you believe people who are born in America, even though they're not foundational American, should be running for government positions, or do you just feel that it's only for foundational Black Americans and foundational white Americans to run for office? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's a tricky thing, man, because my thing is if they're going to run for office, what's your agenda? Because what happens is a lot of these people, they'll run for office and they'll be pushing the blackness as like, well, I'm the first black person this or the first black person, so that we can galvanize around them. And then when they win, oh, shout out to Somalia, the Somali, they did that with Kamala Harris. When Kamala Harris was running, when she was running under Biden, she was black. Oh, HBCU, HBCU. And the minute she got in the White House, the Asian American, the first Asian American, boy, they started literally the next damn day. They were yelling about how she was Asian. I mean, they flipped that shit on November 5th. They were talking about how she was Asian. So my thing is, if people are not from the lineage, I don't want, to be honest, nobody representing us unless you're from this lineage. I don't want nobody around the reparations conversation if you are not of this lineage. You understand? You have to be of the lineage, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Lord. RJ, we already know your position, RJ. RJ, hop on in. Let's hear RJ. RJ, let's hear it. We're going to hear some Democrats explaining. RJ, what's up? RJ,
Yo,
what's up, RJ?
what's good, Tariq? You alright?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Yeah, just the bull that you're saying is crazy. He's still carrying water. It's sad at this point. Even Nick Fuentes is saying MAGA is a scam. You seen that?
Yeah, I don't care what I got to do with MAGA.
Because you're still saying, Trump is better, which is it's impossible to say that because even Republicans and even Nazis are saying Kamala would have been better. So who the hell are you to say otherwise?
Kamala would be better for you because you're an immigrant tether.
Kamala would have been better for everyone,
How
for healthcare, for
would
housing.
Kamala
What's Trump doing for that?
how would Kamala be better for me and 43 million foundational Black Americans?
Yeah, because if you require healthcare, if you're part of America for housing, for healthcare, for transport, it's they're Democrats that do the best in all those three: housing, healthcare, and transport.
Housing
They Democrats do the best.
with all of these homeless FBAs because of the damn Democrats, and they're giving housing vouchers and hotel vouchers to immigrants, and you talking about some damn housing? Really? Get your ass off my phone. I don't even want to hear no more of your horse shit. Get your ass off my phone. I don't even want to hear no more. These bad faith ass Democrat talking points. Man, please. The Democrats are in the tank right now. Good. You deserve every failure you get, Democrats. Y'all crapped on the Black constituency. Let's get Southern to the core. Southern to the core. Hop on in here. Mr. Southern to the core, or Mrs. Southern to the core. All right, let's get this thing going. Let's get it going. All right. While you're not getting on, let me get some more people in here. Let's get Raw Woods in here. I remember that face. I don't remember what we talked about before. We'll get Raw, then we'll get Keith. Raw Woods, you in here? Raw Woods, unmute your mic. If Raw Woods will not unmute, we'll go to Keith Nixon. Keith,
Can you hear me?
Raw.
How you doing, Tariq? What's going on? So I just wanted to bring a little scholarship to you.
Yeah, that noise. I can't do the noise, brother. We got to have you call back. Keith, what's up, Keith?
Yo, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Keith?
Look, I've been listening to you for a while, bro.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's a lot of things that's been coming up of late, man, about all these people that's coming into the United States, bro. And they feel obligated to constantly, you know, to put down us in America and make us feel, try to make us feel a certain kind of way,
Yeah.
you know. And the thing is, what pissed me off, man, is that a lot of people that's here that try to that feel obligated because we've been taught to be Africans and to hate the fact that we are actually Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just really, it get on my nerve to hear people that's defending these people that's is going out their way to make us feel bad because we see ourselves for who we are,
Mm-hmm.
you know, being American and being, but they want us to turn off that just to be a part of something that never benefited us in the long run.
Right. Right. And yeah, thank you, brother. Let me build on what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of people feel a way about us delineating because, see, we're making a power move. It's a spiritual move and it's a necessary move. Family, us delineating is essential. It's not just something that should be culturally done. It's essential. It is imperative that we delineate because, one, our ethnogenesis that we had, it has to be protected or our ethnic group will be dissolved. We, foundational Black Americans, we were born out of a very unique historic situation. We were defined by our experiences here on this land. You understand? And there was a cultural alchemy. We got to understand that. When you put something here and then put something there and change certain things around, you create something new. We are not continental Africans. That's a way labeling us as continental Africans or generic Africans. That's a way to keep us weak. It doesn't work for us. Yeah, do we have African genetics? Yes. I'm not saying we don't, because a lot of tethers like to say, you nigga say you don't have any African ancestry. We're not saying that. I'm saying, yes, we do. Of course we do. Everybody has African ancestry. You understand? But the thing is, if you get some limestone and then you mix it with sand and water, that mix will not be limestone no more. That mix won't be water no more. That mix won't be sand no more. It becomes cement and then concrete. It becomes something totally new. You've had an alchemy situation. You've gotten elements from certain places, but they've been mixed together and repurposed and turned into something completely different. A block of concrete is not sand, but sand comes from that. A block of concrete is not limestone, but limestone helped make up the composition of it. But there is a new genesis of alchemy. It became something else, just like us. There was African ancestry. There were Black Aboriginal ancestry here. There was a mixing of that, and there was an ethnogenesis. Foundational Black Americans were born and created on this land with a different spiritual essence, psychological essence, um, experience, a whole shebang, different culture, language, food, style, disposition, everything is different. And that's okay. And we have to respect that, honor it, and protect it. You understand? Because from a deep perspective, man, listen, group clarity, that's necessary for group mobilization. When outsiders can sit up here and define or lead us and lead a group that they did not originate from, the group loses its internal cohesion. You lose your direction, you lose your goals. And like I said, when you have people who are not from the lineage trying to come in and dictate the direction of it, it goes to hell. Like I said earlier, these groups, NAACP, Essence, they've taken something that was culturally FBA, they got into the power reins of it. Now everything is going straight to damn hell. Why? They don't have the same respect for it. They don't have the same honor for it. They don't have the same camaraderie with it. They didn't grow up with Essence magazines in your homes when we were kids. They didn't grow up with that. So there's not going to be no sentimental value like we have. Y'all know us. What did we grow up with? We grew up with Essence, Ebony, and Jet magazine in the crib. We got subscriptions, boys. We got them at Jet magazines, and we flip right to the beauty of the damn week. That's what I did. I wanted to see them fine as FBA sisters. You understand? That's what we did. Ebony, Jet, those were household staples. We grew up on that shit. Loved it. Great stuff. Talked about the greatness within our community. When the Tethers got a hold of that shit, when Tethers started getting a hold of Ebony and all of that, in essence, we start seeing bullshit with those articles. They start putting these bedwench articles out of 8 ways to find a white man and all types of weirdo shit. Why the black man ain't shit. And they start putting this weird feminist nonsense. They degraded it and started running it into the damn ground, just like they did with Essence. And I told people years ago that was going to happen. Yeah, we should have been gatekeeping. You understand? See, a lot of these folks, man, they come from these tribal situations and they look at us as another tribal group. You understand? So we have to protect our ethnic group. We have to protect our ethnic group. It's very, very imperative that we do that. And delineation, see, that's a defense against that performative allyship. See, a lot of these immigrant influencers and political figures, they'll temporarily align with FBA causes when it benefits them, but they really don't show a sustained solidarity. So that's that performative allyship, and that'll dissolve once FBA specific issues are raised. Then you'll see them crashing out. They'll start pivoting into immigration and all of this other stuff. But they always use us, our movements, as a launching pad for them. So when we delineate, see, that creates a perimeter of accountability. See, that starts to ensure that people who step into our spaces, they're going to have to show consistent respect, not opportunism. That's why people are kicking and screaming now, because there's a change. And that's good. Kicking and screaming is good. Whenever there's a change, people are going to feel a certain way about it. You change a baby's diaper, they're going to be mad. Change, it's uncomfortable sometimes. Sometimes that, people sitting, that you changing a kid's diaper, you're exposed to air and all that for a few minutes, and then you get that fresh diaper, you feel better. But, a lot of change makes people uncomfortable, and we're forcing change right now. We're letting people know this is the new norm, because people have been taking an easy ride for a long time. No more. We got to understand delineation. It is working, because that has triggered a global identity reckoning. You understand? Just us delineating, and we ain't harming nobody, by the way. We ain't talking about nobody being harmed. We ain't talking about nobody being beat up. We're not even talking about harming nobody. We're just saying, hey, we're gonna gatekeep our culture here and just let everybody hold their own nuts. Since you guys work so hard, knock yourself out. We'll be right over here, but y'all do you. And that right there is shaking up every damn body. That's shaking up the damn world. You understand? That has caused institutions to scramble on clarity of what black actually means. We have forced political parties to recalculate their outreach strategies. These people, family, us delineating got these people working overtime behind the scenes. These think tanks, they don't know what to do. They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to do slander campaigns. They're trying to get people out here, the tethers, to co-opt now. They're trying to use our language so that they can try to figure out how to remix some of the language. Oh, these folks are acting a damn fool right now. Yeah. Online and TikTok, they just have nervous breakdowns. There's just thousands upon thousands of videos on TikTok where people are pulling their hair out over the delineation. Oh, where those FBAs, I hate FBA. They are the black MAGA. It is trying to cope. People are trying to cope heavy. All right, let me see. Let's get 11 Gripper. What's up, Gripper? 11 Gripper.
This is a little bit of a topic change. I was going to say though, like I love your roasting skills. I remember you said FBA, like roasting is part of it. It's so
Yeah.
funny. I love it. Yeah, that's great. You're good at it. This is a super entertaining show. I mean, it's always entertaining.
Yes, indeed.
But I was watching, huh?
Yeah, I said yes, indeed. But go ahead.
Yeah, I love it. It's hilarious. This is one of the best radio shows right now,
Hmm.
I think, in my opinion. But I was watching some early '90s in Living Color, like David Allen Greer, the Wayans brothers. Oh my God, that was the early '90s. It was a little less PC.
Oh yeah.
That shit holds up. That shit is so fucking funny. But I'm gonna pull up a little question on you now here. I mean, that shit is seriously funny. Like it holds up today. But I say like I think I would say like FBAs or blacks like with the humor. It's almost like with the music and the dancing. Like there's like a rhythm difference. Like there is a skill there that you guys have that's really funny, and I think it is unique to you. And I've got to give you credit for that. It is so funny. Like I said, I compared you to Patrice O'Neill. That shit. Oh my god, everybody loves that guy. But the point I'm getting at is, and yes, go back to the early '90s when it was less PC, and you get some of these black comics, Def Comedy Jam. That shit is so good. But and I think blacks do have a specific type of comedy that's different from whites. I'd say. But whites can still be funniest too, is what I'm trying to say. And I think in the last 15, 20 years, PC culture has gotten so like overbearing and threatening to whites that we're just like so terrified to even make a joke. And that really has hampered us, I think, as far as just comedy and the culture. I really think so. But there's one character, and this is what I'm bringing it up to, trying to ask you about. And do you know about the comedian Sam Hyde? And do you have any opinions about
Yeah,
him?
that's a white boy who's an internet troll. Yeah, I know Sam Hyde. He's an internet troll. What about him?
I Do you have any opinions besides he's just a troll?
What other opinion do you have for an internet troll?
I would say that what makes him a little different. I mean, I guess I don't know, forget Nick Quintas. I don't really like that guy, but he is like the one of the only white boys standing who doesn't kowtow to PC bullshit. and he even gave like a shout out to In Living Color as like an inspiration to him. But he is a bit of an asshole, and he is a bit of a he's rude, you know. But if you get a white guy and you take the reins off, you take those PC reins off, and you like let us actually try to be funny and not worry about offending people. Sam Hyde is the one guy I think that is actually doing that right now. I don't know. I just wanted to throw that past you, Tariq. I think I'll land my plane right there.
Yeah, but you know that Sam Hyde he's not even funny. He's not funny whatsoever. He's a troll. He don't really do anything funny. He just kind of does goofy trollish stuff. And whenever there's some kind of tragedy, they post or he post images that he's the suspect. That's like a running unfunny gag with 4chan.
Yeah, no, that shit's lame. That's lame as hell.
And
But yeah.
even you mentioning him is like a 4chan gag. That's what y'all do. Y'all call up.
No, it's not. No, it's not a gag.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What this guy's doing, this is like for the family who don't know, because I study these white supremacists. They'll call up and try to crowbar this guy's name, Sam Hyde. This is why he's babbling. You hear that's why I'm letting him babble. I'm trying to see where he's going with it. So this is like a goofy little 4chan gag where you mention this internet troll named Sam Hyde. And I think sometimes they've had like the media, there was a tragedy and somebody would call up on the news and say, "Oh, the suspect is Sam Hyde, Kaka Kiki." Yeah, it's just some lame white supremacist shit. This is the culture right here. That's their culture right here. This is why they have to be around us. They don't have no culture, ladies and gentlemen. And I let him go. This is their culture here. It's a culture of nothing. Unfunny, trollish nothing burgers. They don't have a culture. That's why they gotta be around us. Average, what's up, Average? Average, what's up? Okay, Average ain't saying nothing. All right. Since Average isn't saying anything, everybody else raise your hand and let's get you up in here. If you are ready to get on, raise your hand. Let me see who's ready. If you are ready, raise your hand. Let me get everybody who has their hands up. Let me look down. All right. Let's get Art in here. Let's get Art in the building. Mr. Art, hop on in.
What's going on,
What's going
Tariq?
on, Art? How are you, brother?
I'm getting better every day,
Love
man.
it. What's on your mind?
Uh, yeah, so I got a few bits of information I wanted to see if you knew about, and a suggestion. Did they tell you about this this African forum that was looking to redirect part of our $1.7 trillion spending power from FBAs over to Africa?
Yeah, I'm hearing about that. Yes.
Okay, so you know about that. Okay. And they got it on the World Economic Forum too.
Yeah.
So that's a deep situation. Okay. I was just checking. And another thing,
And I'm gonna have to do a show about that pretty soon, but I keep people posting on that. I'll keep y'all posting on that. All right, let's get K2 Dab. K2 Dab, I think that's your name. K2 Dab. All right. K2, what's happening, K2? And if we can't get K2, we'll get Taurus in here. Taurus, what's up, Taurus? All right. K2, Taurus, going once, going twice. And we'll get Shiny Gal next. After we try to get Taurus in here, let's get Shiny Gal. Her microphone is a little janky, but we'll get that together. Taurus, are you trying to get on? Unmute your microphone, Taurus. Taurus, if you can unmute your mic, that'd be great. All right. Okay, people's phones are stripping. Let me see. Let's get D-Ray. Let's get D-Ray in here. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. Darrell. What's up, Darrell?
Man, just following. I had a question. Did you see the government probably giving reparations for Japanese for the atomic bomb?
Oh, again? Didn't they okay, what are they talking about now? Because they gave some Japanese reparations for the internment camps and for World War II. So they're talking about some more money.
Yeah, more money for the atomic bomb, victims for the atomic bomb.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. That's interesting. All right. All right. That's very interesting. Okay. All right, man. Let me get up out of here, family. It's been real. Everybody go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Make a contribution to the Hidden History Museum. Also, go to microphonecheck.com to watch the best documentary on hip hop ever. And go to rootworkstyle.com to get the best deodorant in the game. Rootworkstyle.com. All right, guys, I'm up out of here.